As I traveled around the country last year on tour with the documentary Wolf's Message, one of the greatest parts was interacting live with members of our Awaken Way community. And one of the comments I heard over and over, no matter what stop we went to, no matter what city, was, "Hey, I'm thinking of going on your Mediterranean cruise." And I love that because it's clear to me that people can already feel the excitement building. And then, of course, equally great was having people come up to me that I recognized from being on past cruises. And then I talk to people who don't know that I do cruises. So I thought I'd do a little extended video and show you with pictures, maybe a few video clips, and an explanation of what the cruise is about. Why, if you're thinking about the cruise, you might want to just look a little bit farther into it and hopefully join us. Because I have to tell you, when I was first invited to lead an Awaken Way cruise, I wasn't quite sure that was my thing. Ty and I had only ever been on one cruise with our family, and it was nice. Ty always tells people he cruised for 14 of his 26 years in the Navy, but they didn't they didn't have the kind of luxuries that they do on cruise liners these days. But I have to tell you, that first Alaskan cruise we did showed me I had been missing out on an opportunity to connect with kindred spirits in our Wake and Wake community in a way that not even a retreat ashore can do. Why? Because on these cruises, we get 14 hours together of workshops. We take over the big theater in the cruise ship. And it's just fabulous to feel all that energy. And I'll talk about that as we get further into this. But at a retreat center, I always felt like I had to be on the whole time, all day long, and have events in the evening. But on a cruise ship, we mix vacation time with the retreat workshops, and everybody gets time to integrate in between. So it's a win win for everyone because we can be spiritual and have our sacred time and do our meditations. And I'll tell you about the content of the workshops. But when we're not together in the theater, this is an adventure of a lifetime. So far I've done 3 cruises, and everyone has shown me that this is my favorite way of sharing the awakened way. Why? It's the sense of connection. We all get lanyards, a little string around your neck with the name tag that shows you're part of our group when you come aboard the ship. And on the first day, I ask everybody to wear that lanyard anytime you're on board the ship, not just in our workshops, so that you recognize other people who are here for the Awaken Way cruise. And it is such an icebreaker. To me, my heart just opened wide as I would walk around the ship and see people in the various lounges and the coffee shop and out on deck and by the pool and talking to each other and interacting is just a way to recognize somebody that thinks the way we do, that has had no other explanation, experiences my NOEs, and is open to sharing this and hearing other people's NOEs. So it becomes very clear that there is something very special about our group. I can't tell you how many times I've been in the elevator on these cruise ships and I'm wearing my lanyard, and people who aren't part of our group will say to me, "Hey, what's that group you're part of? Everybody's so happy and everybody's so loving." And even the staff notices it. I remember I was getting a massage, which I always treat myself to when I'm on a ship. It's available for anybody. And even the massage therapist said, "Boy, you can really tell the people in your group, they're so connected." And see, this is the challenge in our regular day-to-day lives. We feel like we have to act a certain way because we all are afraid to show our true light that's inside us. But on this ship, we just connect. In fact, I encourage everybody to meet eye to eye, and it really makes a difference, so much so that it's felt by everyone on board. So I haven't even gotten to the ports we're going to visit yet. Should I go there now, or should we talk about? No, Sanaya says talk about the workshops. I have right now a list of the issues and topics that we're going to be diving into with Spirit's help. All of it aimed at helping you to increase your connection with Spirit, to get to know your true self better, and to come to know love as the very center of you. As many of you who followed my work know, I've had a lot of learning over the past year, and it continues to unfold. And every time something new is given to me by Spirit, I add it to my Awakened Way Cruise folder. And then I start putting it into modules. And I can tell you already, I'm so excited about how it's coming together. I know that we have people who have been on my cruises in the past and want to go again. So it's very important to me that the material be fresh and new. Some of it will be, of course, going back to the foundations. So it doesn't matter where you are on your path. I and my team in Spirit make sure that the teaching is relevant to everyone. So let's talk about the presence of Sanaya, of Spirit, in these workshops. It is tangible. I hope you'll watch the video of 2 testimonials from 2 people on my last Mediterranean cruise who received actual physical miraculous healings during the meditation and the channeling that I led with my team Sanaya. I, of course, can't guarantee a miracle, but I do know beyond a doubt, I guarantee you that there will always be a transmission of higher consciousness, of healing energy whenever I'm teaching with Sanaya present. I'll do dedicated channeling sessions, never know what they're going to talk about. And I'm going to also incorporate more of what I've been doing in my Always Connected podcast lately. And that is, as we cover an issue, I'm going to set 2 microphones down in front of the stage and let people come up to the microphones and share their take on the topic and ask a question about it. And right there on the spot, we'll tune into Sanaya and see what Spirit's take is on this issue. There's always a lot of laughter. There are tears, and I do my best to work in practical exercises to every module and give you tools that you can use immediately, that you can use in the time off between workshops, and of course, that you can take with you, because you will leave this cruise a changed person. It can't be any other way, Sanaya says just now, because of immersing yourself so completely in this energy for the 14 hours we're together and the togetherness we have as a group. And the group doesn't just come together for the workshop and the stage. We have a meet and greet party right when the ship sets sail. And then at some point during the week, we have a cocktail party. Even if you don't drink cocktails, it's going to be a dance party. We did 2 cruises where we just had the cocktails. Then we changed it up and had a dancing party on the last one. Oh my gosh, did we have fun. Didn't matter if people had a partner, there were a whole bunch of people just dancing in a group on the floor. Oh my goodness. I got out there, Ty got out there. You'll see our photos of that time together. Our wonderful friend and photographer, Mitch Crawford, is coming along again to capture all the memories, which I share with everyone afterwards. We also have a Facebook group right now that you can join even if you're only thinking of going, because we want you to feel the energy of those who have already registered, who are part of that Facebook group. We like to build the excitement beforehand, because don't you agree, when you have an adventure or a vacation to look forward to, that anticipation is part of the whole adventure. So let's talk about the adventure. All right, this time we're going to start out in Barcelona, Spain. That's where we started on my last Mediterranean cruise, but we're returning to Barcelona. And so this route takes us from September 3rd to September 12th down around the southern coast of Spain. We're going to stop in Cadiz, or Cadiz, however you say it. I know in Spanish it's Cadiz. And I have to tell you that I've been to Barcelona, I've been to Cadiz, I've been to all of the ports that we're going to, and that's why I was really drawn to this itinerary. I spent my junior semester abroad in Seville, Spain, starting out in Madrid. And I feel pretty sure that we'll be able to take some excursions up to Sevilla from Cadiz. There should be enough time for that. And it's just a magical place. The culture, the architecture, the language, the food, all of it just makes for this whole experience that is unforgettable. We're going to go from Cadiz on to Portugal, to Lisbon. Did you know that Ty and I sailed our sailboat from the east coast of the United States across the Atlantic and made landfall in Europe in Lisbon, Portugal? So it's going to be very special for us to go back by ship. Lisbon is a beautiful, beautiful city to visit, and you'll be able to take excursions from there as well. We're also going to the city of Porto. Now, that's one I don't think I've been to, so I'm looking forward to that. In fact, it's really fun because I have some Awaken Way community members who live near there who are going to show Ty and I around, but there will be many excursions for you to choose from. Then we're going to sail south and go to Morocco. Oh, I went there in that junior semester abroad, and it was so exotic. I was just amazed at the sounds, the sights, the smells, the whole energy. And I know you'll love that too. Our cruise director, Ibis, says that people absolutely love going to Morocco. So I know it's been quite a while since I was there, but I trust Ibis on that. So in between that, we have several days simply at sea. So for those of you who don't want to just go, 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 I love the at sea days. Of course, we'll fit a lot of my workshops in those days so that the workshops don't interfere with your time exploring ashore. But it's just a wonderful time to, like I said, integrate what we're learning, relax, take notes and journal, meditate, do whatever your heart guides you to do. The cruise ships that we've chosen, Celebrity Cruise Line, offers so much to do on board. I love just going to the coffee shop and having a latte and getting a little goodie. And if you have too many goodies, I like the fitness center on board. So the whole cruise experience has turned out to be, for me, so much more than I expected. And I'm so grateful that I get to go with my peeps. That's all of you. I remember when we finished the last cruise, so many people coming up to me and saying, "When are you doing another one, Suzanne?" Because they felt it too. This sense of connection, truly the love that we feel for each other because we're in this state of openness and acceptance. You get away from it all, you get away from the normal way of being, and that becomes a way of being that you carry with you. I'll tell you that I love the dinners that you can eat in some of the specialty restaurants on board the ship, but for me, being in the main dining room where our group has a whole section just to ourselves and watching everybody interact and laugh and smile and share. And I make a point to get up and walk around to the table so that I have a chance to interact with all of you. And something that's been very important to me from the very first cruise I did is having the chance to meet and greet you face to face. So I'll make sure that there's time for that and time for book signing, just so that you know that I consider you part of the Awakened Way family. And this is a beautiful way to go on vacation with my family. So I look forward to meeting you in person. I hope that you will make that decision to come with us on the cruise. It is right up there at the top of a bucket list item, truly, because it is not just a cruise. It's a life-changing, absolutely sacred experience of how connected we really are when we're living the Awakened Way. Down in the description, you'll see a link that'll take you right to the page where you can get exact details and see what the staterooms look like, see what the ports of call look like, and make your decision based on what your soul tells you. Thank you. Hope to see you in September.